Right before Type Soul had shut down, they made one of the biggest mistakes they could have ever made. They brought back Air HAKUDA. Now, if you didn't know, back when Ground HAKUDA was added, Air HAKUDA was completely removed from the game. Now, before Air HAKUDA was removed from the game, I had this insanely busted build that I am about to ungatekeep for you guys now. Now, a lot of people think that Air HAKUDA is problematic because it's a noob stomper. I promise you, Air HAKUDA is absolutely crazy in the right hands. Now, first off, let me show you guys my build. I am running Air HAKUDA, 50 HAKUDA, 15 speed build with Craze Blitz as my essence and Poison as my element. Now, if you guys know me, I love Poison. It is my favorite element in the entire game. It is what I would say is my main element. And with HAKUDA, especially Air HAKUDA, it is so insanely viable. I cannot stress it enough. Now, there's a couple bread and butter combos of this build. Number one being Whirlwind Step, Confliction, Ankle Splitter. However, if they start to PB or start to block your Ankle Splitter after Confliction, you can just use Spine Rend and go behind them and grab them out of their block. But if you successfully land Whirlwind Step, Confliction, Ankle Splitter, they cannot Flash Step and you can run up to them and use your Z ability. And even if they block it or parry it or dodge it, it applies the Poison status effect onto them, doing the full damage of the Z move and allowing you to use your X and teleport on top of them. Now, unfortunately, Dummy's Guide to HAKUDA is the weapon I'm using, and this weapon is not so good anymore. Before Air HAKUDA was removed, the critical in Visored would up tilt, and it would stun them for so long you could land Ankle Splitter and Spine Rend true without them being able to do anything about it, which obviously was unhealthy and insane, so I'm glad they removed that. However, the crit is not completely useless now. With Poison, you can fling them up in the air, place down your Poison Z. If they fall into it or walk into it, the Poison status effect will apply onto them, dealing the full damage of the Z move and allowing you to use your X move. Sometimes I also will just throw my pulse out there, and if they're not blocking, you can kind of catch them off guard and get a little bit of Ryatsu back. Now, especially in your Visored, if you crit them and then auto aim your pulse onto them, they block it, turning it into a 50-50 where you can guard break them, or they just have to get hit by it. Now, if you've noticed so far, I'm using an Air HAKUDA build, and I haven't even explained any bread and butter combos for Air HAKUDA. Like, I haven't taken them in the air a single time. If you are running an Air HAKUDA build and you cannot win without taking them in the air, your build sucks. I know that's crazy to say. I know that's crazy to hear. If you cannot win a game completely on the ground, even though you're using Air HAKUDA, your build is not going to work. There is way too many counters in this meta. There is way too many players who are too good at this game, and ultimately, your build will fail. Now, with that being said, let's talk about what the air combos are going to look like with this build. Obviously, bread and butter here. Negation into Tor Reach is a very consistent way to take them into the air. Sometimes I will use Poison X into Tor Reach, but it honestly doesn't work that often. You could throw in Tor Reach at the end of your Whirlwind Confliction combo, or my personal favorite is if they use Spectre Step or something like that on you, you can use Death Flare, it'll stun them, and then you get to use Tor Reach to take them into the air for free. Now, here's where the mind games get really crazy. When you take them into the air, you are going to be in their head like crazy. If you know this player uses Waterfall Dance, or they try to counter with Pressure Shift, after you take them into the air, you're going to use your Spine Rend. As soon as they start to adjust and they start to block your Spine Rend, you're going to use your Poison C, immediately guard break them, and maintain your air time. If you notice that they're doing a really good job at PBing your Death Flare in the air, hear me out on this crazy tech, you're gonna turn around so they lose their PB frames. If you can successfully get them in the air, this build is strong. But please understand, I am going to win games in this video without taking them in the air a single time. And if you cannot do that, your build is going to fail. Anyway, let's go hop into ranked, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this build works. Now, for some quick context, currently I'm about 1,000 elo, 1,100 elo, and the bottom of leaderboard is 1,500 elo. So I'm definitely not elo. I'm definitely not going to be fighting bots, but I'm definitely not going to be fighting the best players you've ever seen. I wish I could have gotten my elo higher, but I just do not have the time to grind ranked like that because I am working at the moment. But with that being said, let's jump into this match and let me show you guys exactly how this build works. All right, guys, if I fight like a bot, I'm trying to commentate and play at the same time, and sometimes I suck at multitasking. Bear with me. I messed up my counter. That's embarrassing. All right, rough start, but we'll make it back, okay? Watch this. We're going to catch him with the pulse. They just never came down. What? What? Okay, I don't even know what I just watched, but... All right, a little bit of a rough start here. We go behind them. We get Ankle Splitter off, which means, watch this. We just go right up to her. Apply the poison passive? I guess not. Oh. All right, so she can PB that, so we're going to start turning that around. right. I do not have my pulse off of cooldown. I keep like thinking it's redirection where it has way less startup than it does, and so I keep mistiming it. Bear with me. I did not mean to hit that, but I guess I got away with that. All right, a little bit of bread and butter combo here. Boom, boom. Okay, the poison is applied onto them. TP to them. I feel like this was a really rough start, but I don't know. I hope you guys can see how much damage this build does. Turn around. Ooh, that was a good dodge. Most people get hit by that. Whoa, okay. I got nothing. I got nothing. And there was no reason for me to do that. Turn around. Wait for block. Boom. Maintain the airtime. Poison. And then we just teleport onto them. They should be dead. Especially after this pulse. Boom. They're not dead yet? They're tanky. Oh, I know why. Misses. I missed that. That's embarrassing. All right, there we go. GG. That was, I feel like that was a rough game. I don't think I fully showcased it, but first game on, worst game on. That was a warm-up. I thought this dude did not load in because he was like naked. Oh, he's keto? Pray for me. I don't know what my plan was there. Don't ask me quite yet. I'll figure that out soon. All right, we just hit him with the full poison combo. Watch my visor bar go up, guys. I play really aggressive for a build that is not really supposed to play aggressive. All right, good parry trade. I hit a lot of poison on him. Ooh, that is a very generous hitbox. Thank you. Take him in the air, turn around. Whoa! Excuse me. Watch this. Hear me out. It worked. That was insane, actually. All right, we're not going to use our visor quite yet. Catch him. Okay, that was ambitious. That was ambitious. I whiffed. Bye-bye. I waited too long to try that again. This crit does have a low cooldown. That's like kind of the only thing it's got going for it. Oh, that guy was really squishy, actually. GG. Okay, so this guy's in a Ronkar. It looks like he's also HAKUDA with Stark. Oh. No way. All right, so we got out his dodge variant. I don't know how the poison didn't apply onto him. That was a nice little hit. All right, throw him up in the air. Maybe we can catch him. No, I'm not going to try to. Okay. All right, we take him in the air. We guard break him. Wait to block. Oh. All right, there we go. We got poison on him. Now we should start racking up some damage here pretty quickly. I keep doing that like jump confliction thing on accident. I don't mean to do that. Oh, he almost flicked me. That was nice. Okay, now he's on cooldown for his counter, so we can play a lot more aggressive. I did not mean to hit ankle splitter there. That was a misclick. I was trying to hit. All right, well, I have my spine right now, though. Dang, that sucks that he PB'd that. All right, now I'm in this, and I can get rid of his hero, which is going to help me a lot. Because Aronkars are tanky, guys. Aronkars are really tanky. All right, throw him up in the air. Maybe he'll fall back into the poison. He does. That's huge for me. Teleport. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we have a lot of pressure on him right now. Whoa, I thought my Tor reach was back by then. It wasn't. All right. There we go. GG. There's a HAKUDA mirror match. I feel like I could have played that a lot better. I'm still washed, guys. I've been working a lot. I've not been able to play that much. Okay, I think this Buster is chess, which is... I hit him out of it. Yeah, see, this is the problem with Air Hakuda against chess, guys. So I'm going to showcase to you in this match specifically, I really hope. It's so loud. Okay, sorry. I'm just overstimulated. I'm overstimulated. I'm going to showcase how ground Hakuda is really good against... You know, I think I'm just going to add that in post-commentation because it is so loud. Okay. It's so loud. Chill, relax. That's true, by the way. If you land Death Player, it's true. All right, let's pop my visor. Oh, my pulse is locked up. Okay. Now that's on me, I guess. Okay, does the jump instead? All right, throw that pulse. Boom, 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 boom. Imagine if I had Raging Demon right now. It's so loud, dude. Please, chill. Please, I can't even see anything, and it's just so loud. Oh, nice counter. Where is he? Oh, he's holding block. All right, there we go. GG. Fullbringers are squishy, guys, and this build does a lot of damage. Now, like I said earlier, I have not been able to play ranked as much as I typically do. However, I have caused so much pain and despair using this build in ranked. I think people already hate fighting against Air Hakuda, especially a good Air Hakuda build, but most of the rage I've been seeing has been about Poison itself. Now, a lot of people think that Poison sucks, and obviously, I hope I proved to you guys that Poison is nowhere near bad at all. But I think because it is so uncommon, people don't know how to fight against it. So let me give you guys just a quick couple of tips before we wrap it up here. You see this Poison Z move right here? If you walk into it after it's still on the floor, you take the full damage and get the poison effect, meaning you can use the poison X move to teleport onto them. So guys, if someone is zoning you and just standing inside the poison cloud, just leave them be. Just wait for it to end. I know it can be hard sometimes, but just wait for it to end. Now, the other tip I have for you guys is if you have the poison status effect applied onto you, the poison user can use the X move, teleport onto you, and have a lot of pressure on top of you, while also dealing a good amount of damage in return. However, it's pretty high windup and it is blockable. So if you have the poison effect on you, you can run away and just hold block, or you can try to look for the startup frames and then use your counter. Anyway, my point is that poison is not that busted, guys. There's so much counterplay. It's just so uncommon. No one knows how to counterplay it. So please try to apply these tips that I'm giving you when you fight against poison, and you're going to see that poison is really not all that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.